How's it going, everybody? I'm Drifty from Driftwood Gaming. We're playing some Final Fantasy Record Keeper, and I'm going to show you guys how to beat the Ultima Buster. This is a nightmare boss from the Nightmare Dungeon, as you can see from right here at the top of the menu. And you want to basically use a party of like casters, anybody who can use 5-star black magic. If you beat this record, everybody who can use 5-star magic, black magic, will be able to use 6-star black magic, and you'll also get the one of the items you need to create the 6-star ability Ultima, which we can see in the rewards right here. I just beat it. I fought it a long time ago, and I thought it was like super hard, and then I did some grinding and leveled up some of my characters, and just did a different composition of all casters. And it's pretty easy, I think, now if you use the right setup. So let's take it on real quick. The party I'm using, I'll show it to you really quickly. Onion Knight, just got him. Really cool character. He's actually garbage until you get to about 92 or 93, and then he sort of gets super powerful. And once you get him to 93 to 99, he's just like one of the strongest characters in the game. If we look at his parameters, he has crazy high attack, and then all of his other stats are decent. I got really lucky with I got the Onion Sword and the Onion Gauntlets in one pull, so I got super lucky on that. But I got a lot of duplicates in most of my pulls. I got 2 Wiser Rods, so I was able to upgrade this to 6-star. I believe I'm using the 6-star. But anyway, the team I'm using is Onion Knight and Arieth, which are not getting any bonus, but I need somebody to heal, and I just like Onion Knight, just got him, and I think he's appropriate, and he has a really good burst soul break, which increases the magic by a lot, plus gives the party haste, so it's really good. It's like that Edward one, but it's like, instead of a large amount of attack from Shout, it's just a moderate amount. But you use Vessel of Fate, and it'll increase the damage of all the casters, as well as giving the party haste, which is really well. Using Arieth with Protectka and Cure Raise. We don't really need that. I could probably swap that out, but that's okay. I'm using Onion Knight with Comet and Renewing Cure, just a backup healer and some non-elemental damage. Doing Lightning and Fire with Ash at 99. I've got Echo for water and cure, main healer. Basically, if you hit the sphere with water, it's going to reflect a heal on the party. Pretty interesting battle, actually. I like the mechanics that they use. So many good things in Record Keeper. And I'm using Terra. I'm actually putting Wrath on Terra to increase the soul gauge. You can't melee Ultima Buster because he'll do counter death, and he'll just kill one of your party members. So instead of Life Siphon, which I don't think she can use anyway, I'm using Wrath, which is going to just passively increase the soul break gauge. And the reason why I want to do that is so that I can use this 10-hit non-elemental attack on the sphere, and you'll see how it works in the combat. And they're all getting a bonus from this dungeon. So I'm putting record materia of Dr. Mog's teaching, which you get from Keeper or Tyro. You get him to 65, and you get this. You get the ability to get this if you just fight with them a little bit more. It'll automatically be given to you after a certain random % chance when you battle with Tyro. So level up Tyro. It's a big good reason right here for this Dr. Mog's teaching. As soon as the battle starts, you get a soul break charge. So that's going to let me start the battle with Hastening Gift, which is going to give Shell and haste to all my party members, as well as a resistance boost. So if you start the battle with this, the whole battle becomes really easy. Also, I'm putting everybody in the back row. If we could go back for a second, you'll see everybody's in the back row, so we don't have to worry about physical attacks, and we have all of the spells we actually need to beat him. The target is we have to hit him with water, fire, and non-elemental. Actually, let me check that again. If we look at Ultima Buster for the strategy tips, we need to hit him with non-elemental attacks, the water attacks, and fire attacks, but we don't need to hit Ultima Buster. We actually need to hit the sphere. And all of the damage is basically going to be dealt from the sphere. You hit the sphere, and it's going to do damage to Ultima Buster. So let's try it off again here. I think I want to go with Braska, if I could find him again. Magitech Missile's a good one, too. We might actually end up selecting that. I went with Braska last time, and that did a ton of damage. We'll go ahead, just for the sake to save some time, we'll go with Magitech Missile. I have it on Terra, but it does significant damage. I like these ultimate battles. They're a big challenge for the most part. I think this one, even though it says question mark, it's 140 or 150 difficulty. But they only cost 1 stamina, so you can, you know, keep trying it and use different strategies, and there's not a big risk, you know. It'll take you a few minutes to fight him, and by the time you fight him, you'll get that stamina that it costed right back. So really, really generous of them. I'm glad they didn't make it cost like 50, 60 stamina or something. So jumping right in, let's start off with just throwing some fire. And we're going to try to get Terra's Soul Break gauge up. Start with Protecta, and we want to start with Hastening Gift, otherwise we will take a lot of damage. But once we get Hastening Gift, we won't take too much damage being in the back row with decent damage. But once we get this Soul Break with Shell and Resistance bonus, it won't be too bad at all. We just gotta cast it every time we can. Make sure that buffs stay up. I could have went with Tyro, one of the Tyros. I forgot what it's called. One of his bonuses. Can't think straight. I forgot what it's called, but it's one where it gives you large amount of bonus to your resistance and defense, and that's a really good one too. So for right now, we're going to just throw a little bit of damage at him. We're going to do most of the damage as soon as he summons the orb. But if you don't kill this orb fast enough, you put yourself in a bad situation, because it'll do Nightmare Ultima, and it'll do 10,000 damage to the whole party, and you just get wrecked. Here we go. Alright, starting right off the bat, if we do water on it, it's going to counter and heal the party. So what I also want to do is make sure I hit it with, I mean, I've already mastered this, so I don't actually have to master it, but I want to show you. So there's water. We need to hit it with fire and non-elemental, and then we'll be good. You see, when you hit it, it does a counter. See, that one healed. See, that was casted on Ultima. When he summons the sphere, through the fire, when he summons the sphere, he has reflect and like crazy defense and resistance while the sphere is up. So you can't actually hit him while the sphere is up. So you basically want to bum rush all of the damage onto the sphere as soon as it gets summoned. And it'll start, it'll tick 4 times. Ultima will like take energy from it, and it'll get 30%, 60%, 90%, and then fully charged, and then it's game over. I don't think, no matter how much resistance you have, or I'm not sure if you can actually use a magic blink, but I kind of want to try that later on. You can use a magic blink to ignore Nightmare Ultima. Probably not. See, it doesn't look like it's doing a lot of damage, but it's kind of a weird thing how it works. See, now 10 times it's going to do a divided counter. It's going to hit itself, and it's going to hit Ultima Buster 10 times before anything really triggers. So it's just going to go and do its thing 10 times. I also like bringing in Onion Knight, because he has a 4-hit non-elemental attack, which does a lot of damage to both of them just by hitting them. Onion Knight is super cool, guys. If you haven't got Onion Knight yet, do the new event that's happening right now. I think it's going to be around for a few more days. You want to get Onion Knight while you can, because starting tomorrow, they're going to open up a moat dungeon, which is going to let you get 4-star moats, what you need. So right off the bat, he can only use 6 types of abilities and only 3-star on all those abilities. But he's got a really good, like if you use 3-star, 4-star, and 5-star moats on him, you'll be able to turn all of those abilities that he can only use 3-star, he'll be able to use 5-star. And if you do the dungeons, the Nightmare dungeons, he'll be able to use 6-star abilities. So 5 or 6 different kinds of 6-star abilities. Hitting this thing with fire is a good way to go about doing this too, because it'll deal a lot of damage. It does like a reflective counter or something, and it'll do like 10,000 damage to Ultima. If you try to cast Earth, when I actually beat it, I had somebody with Stoneja, and it actually takes 0 damage from Earth elemental attacks, so don't bring Stone. So much damage from that, so much damage. Really, really cool mechanics. And once you learn the strategy behind it, it's pretty simple. But I remember trying to bring Physical Party in here. If you attack him with a physical attack, he auto counters with death. So you just die. So if you just destroy the sphere, he does Nightmare Ultima, but it's like a weak version, so watered down version of it. And after that, he becomes, he takes a ton of damage after that. So that's sort of the way you want to do it, is kill that sphere as soon as he summons it. Last time I did a lot of fire damage, so he was almost dead by the time I finished the sphere. So this time I didn't bring as much fire damage and kind of split it up. So we'll see if he actually summons another sphere. I don't think he will, but we'll see what happens. This is going to make sure that all of our spells are doing 10k. There's also a new draw that will guarantee you a burst soul break. It's a one-time only. Wow, that was a lot of damage there. I think she was the only one with Cure Raise too. So he picked a good target for that. It might have been a better strategy to bring a couple of Firajas and just kind of spam Firaja on him. Because that way, when it does a reflection, it'll do more damage straight to Ultima instead of itself. So we did a lot of non-elemental damage there. But see, Dust Decree at level 99 Ash, this should do a lot of damage actually. That's probably going to kill. Yeah, so much damage there. And you see there was no delay on that. That's what's cool about Onion Knight. As soon as he comes up, you click it, it's like instant after the first one. And you can use that to trigger like a long casting spell as well. I think that's game, because this is going to do a massive amount of damage with Onion Knight's ability. Look at all those 10,000s. Last time I fought him, I didn't lose anybody. Nobody died. But let's see if we actually we got a master. I don't know if we did or not on this one. Really, really fun fight. We still championed it, so we got the master rewards, even though I already got them. Yep, so that's pretty much it, guys. That's the Ultima fight in the Nightmare Dungeons for Final Fantasy Record Keeper. Thank you so much for watching. If you like these sort of videos, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.